Hi, I recently made a video detailing the differences between MEMO and wMEMO, which you guys seem to really like, but it sounds like there's still a lot of confusion. So hopefully this video will help clear some stuff up. Also, I'll go over what I think about Danny's latest tweets and some of the changes coming to Wonderland and wMEMO moving forward. Just as a disclaimer, things are evolving rapidly in the DeFi space, so some things stated in this video might change down the line. And of course, none of this is financial advice. Let's get started. Just as a refresher, what is Time, MEMO, and wMEMO? To start, let's quickly go over what the three tokens are again. This is the current state of the tokenomics of Wonderland, and this might be changing in the near future. Time is currently the token of the Wonderland protocol. Its supply is backed by the treasury. One time is worth at least one MEM stablecoin, and one MEM is worth $1. MEMO is the staked version of the Time token. MEMO has a 1-to-1 ratio to Time, so if I have one MEMO, I can unstake it and redeem it for exactly one Time token. That's all it is. MEMO balances go up after every rebase, which is an event that mints new MEMO tokens and distributes it to Time stakers. This happens every 8 hours currently. Finally, wMEMO is wrapped memories, or as Danny, one of the co-founders of Wonderland, calls it, wonderful memories. wMEMO does not have a 1-to-1 ratio with MEMO, and the balance of wMEMO does not go up with every rebase. However, wMEMO captures all of the rebasing rewards just like MEMO staking does. This manifests as a price increase of the wMEMO token. Once again, this doesn't mean the price of wMEMO cannot fall. It is still subject to the market price of Time. I go into more depth around this concept in my previous video. So, how should I think about wMEMO conceptually? With all that in mind, I think the best way to think about wMEMO is like a stock. Imagine wMEMO is a portion of the Wonderland pie that I own. It encapsulates rebases, which is kind of like share distribution, and may also include DAO revenue sharing of some form in the future, kind of like dividends. My share of the Wonderland pie is always fixed unless I buy more shares. This is directly consistent with how wMEMO's amount never changes. If I want more shares of Wonderland, I just buy more wMEMO. This is shown by this equation which I derived in my previous video. My portion of the Wonderland pie is measured in MEMO, but my MEMO increases at the same rate as the total supply of MEMO, so my amount of wMEMO will always be the same. In the same way a stock's price can go up or down, the same thing is true of wMEMO. People should probably get away from thinking in terms of MEMO, but here is how to convert between the two. You can go to Abracadabra, go to the wMEMO borrow pool, and then you can take a look at the conversions in this section. Another way to find out how much MEMO you have given your wMEMO is to just go to Wonderland app and unwrap your wMEMO to see how much your MEMO balance is. Why wrap MEMO tokens? A lot of people are asking this both on my channel as well as on the Wonderland Discord. I'll try to explain some effects of wrapping MEMO. First, this is not tax advice and I'm not a tax expert, but there is ongoing debate about what the tax implications are with receiving MEMO every rebase. Does the MEMO received count as taxable income? If it does, then will every rebase be taxed? Some say wrapping MEMO into wMEMO is the conservative method to overcome these questions. It may be easier to justify an increase or decrease in the value of wMEMO token rather than hundreds of rebases on the MEMO token to the taxman. Per Danny, markets are opening up for wMEMO so that people can sell or buy wMEMO with MEM. This is already live on SushiSwap. Buying wMEMO essentially guarantees rebases and it comes staked and wrapped. I don't have to stake Time, then wrap it to get wMEMO. Similarly, there's no need to unwrap it and unstake it to sell. Another utility with wMEMO is that you can borrow MEM using wMEMO as collateral. This can be done on Abracadabra. I have a video detailing this and will link it in the description below. Lastly, you can bridge wMEMO to the Phantom network and use Phantom's dApps to stake or do other stuff with it. Given all of this, I don't have to wrap my MEMO. Having MEMO is completely fine. If I choose to wrap MEMO, I can do it at any time and is independent of the market price of Time. Now I'm going to go over some of the Wonderland updates that have been recently announced. First, let's go over Danny's tweets. This is all purely my interpretation and I'm not part of DAO or anything, so take it with a grain of salt. Tweet 1. Danny is saying there are some changes coming to the DeFi Frog Nation ecosystem. Tweet 2. All this is saying is that there's been negative sentiment about Time and this current down market is not helping. I think Danny is trying to reassure Time and MEMO stakers. Tweet 3. Moving from Time to wMEMO is part of reducing the complexity of the rebasing DAO functions, like staking and wrapping, instilling more confidence in Time stakers by re-educating them, and having a token, which is wMEMO, that has more utility than Time. These moves are improvements in the economics of the system. Tweets 4 and 5. Moving liquidity from Trader Joe to SushiSwap and forming the wMEMO/MEM liquidity pair is part of the move from Time to wMEMO. People will be able to buy wMEMO directly, and the price of wMEMO will be important moving forward, and not the price of time. Tweet 6. Here's what I think he's saying, and I could be wrong because I don't quite understand the tweet. Since Wonderland DAO is a large holder of wMEMO, the capability to provide liquidity on SushiSwap is a means for the protocol to own their own liquidity, like Olympus DAO is doing, and to reap the trading fees from the liquidity pool as rewards. This increases the DAO's holdings. Not sure how this affects dilution though. Tweet 7. This means that there will be wMEMO/MEM liquidity pools on other chains in the future, therefore expanding the usage of wMEMO. Tweet 8. A high market cap to treasury ratio seems dangerous because that means the MEMO token's market price is not backed by much. So I would assume what Danny is saying here is they are trying to grow the treasury as much as possible. Sounds like minting new time tokens for bonding will stop, and instead DAO holders of wMEMO will sell bonds to increase treasury holdings. Tweet 9. It sounds like they are using LP rewards to buy other assets, as well as reinvest with wMEMO/MEM LP tokens to get more revenue from the pool. Tweets 10 and 11. The move to wMEMO and the creation of the wMEMO/MEM pair will reduce inflation and earn more for the treasury, therefore bringing more value to stakers and holders. All in all, this seems to be good changes, and the Frog Nation members should see this as value added to the ecosystem. The next big update is about Betswap.gg. The Wonderland DAO has invested in a DeFi sports betting platform called Betswap, and the DAO will be receiving a portion of the coins during the initial offering. This is one of the things they said they were going to do in the coming year, and there may be more investments as time goes on. Discord admin Sifu has spoken on this in the Wonderland Discord time and time again. He is the anonymous person that runs the Wonderland treasury and works with Danny on a daily basis. Finally, there's been news about an airdrop to stakers and holders. I quote, wMEMO, MEMO, and time holders on ETH, Phantom, and Avalanche networks will receive the airdrop along with those who have their wMEMO on Abracadabra. This quote is directly from Sifu on Discord. I'm not sure what is being airdropped, but maybe it's tokens from the Betswap deal or a new token related to a project Danny is working on, releasing on the Phantom blockchain. Or it could be something else entirely. If you know what it is, comment down below. Either way, it sounds like the holders and stakers will get something for free. And that's it for this video. Are you bullish on Wonderland? Let me know what you think about the changes going forward, and if this video helped you understand wMEMO a bit more. I'm excited to see how all this pans out. As always, stay safe, stake safe, and thanks for watching.